Alright y'all, welcome back. I'm so excited to do this video for 12 days of holidays. So for today, we are going to be doing a very simple holiday eye look or makeup look, not just eyes, but just whole simple holiday makeup look that doesn't take like a ton of time to do. And this one is for my glasses girlies because I want things that I can wear with my glasses that aren't gonna like mess up around my nose where like my nose pieces sit. Let's go ahead and we'll just jump right into it. You don't have to use like these exact products. This is like the exact like brand, things like that of the products. This is more just to give you an idea of what you can do for like a quick, easy look. The first thing I am going to do is I'm going in with my Lawless powder. I use the shade Fair. I've already hit pan in this and I've only had it open for like 2 months or something like that. That's how much I use this. So, but just any sort of like, it doesn't even have to be pressed powder, just any sort of powder that gives you just a like little hint of coverage is what I like on these days where I'm wearing my glasses, because then it gives me just a little bit of coverage without having to worry about what it's going to do to my glasses. And I don't use any sort of like cream or liquid products on these days. I only use my powder products. So, and like you can definitely use more product. You don't have to go like so light-handed like I do. If you're like, well, I want more coverage, great. Do it in a way that will like give you more coverage, because there's like the little, like you can use like little puffs like this, or this actually comes with like a little sponge down underneath. I can show you here in just a second. So, or like this has like a sponge down here underneath the powder. So something like that. And I do this just as a base on top of my skincare because it helps my powder products lay down better and not cling to like my skincare quite as much, because that is a problem that I have noticed in the past. If I put down like a bronzer or something like that first before setting my face, it'll kind of cling to certain spaces. Bronzer is what I'm going into next. If you prefer contour over bronzer, great, do that. Do whichever you prefer. These are just like my minimal steps that I do for a quick look that looks like you put effort into it. So, and then I bronze like my cheekbones, up onto my temple. I do my forehead, and I'll do like my nose, like the bridge of my nose, and my chin are the last two places that I take my bronzer. And after bronzer, I go in with my blush. The blush that I've been focusing on, kind of like the bronzer that I've been focusing on, is some bronzer I've been focusing on is the Marc Jacobs bronzer. It has been like the Marc Jacobs beauty brand is just no more. The blush I've been focusing on is the Tarte Paaarty, the 12-hour Amazonian clay blush. So this is just what I've been focusing on. So that's what I've been using. And for my blush, I focus it on the like outer corner of my eye. I just go straight out and I start right there, kind of overlapping my bronzer just a little bit to kind of blend them, and then I will blend it down onto my cheek, and I try not to bring it down past the down. So I like use this as like my starting point for things, and I bring it up onto the temples like with my bronzer. And then since blush is usually the first thing that goes, I tend to go a little bit more heavy-handed on my blush. So that's what it's looking like so far. The last product I use on my face is my highlighter. This is a completely optional step. If you are not a highlighter person, you can skip this. Honestly, all of these are optional steps. Makeup is just here for fun. This is just what I like to do for my quick looks. So, and again, I'm just using the highlighter that I've been focusing on, and that is the Ofra and Samantha March Start Inspired highlighter. Here's what mine looks like. I have to hold it in because the magnet came unglued from like, the actual magnet is unglued from the pan, and I just never think to fix it when I am in a place that I can fix it. I kind of put this similar to everything. So for my cheeks, I put it outer corner, this little V area right here of my eye socket, right over and off, just off the edge of where my blush was at, and just kind of follow that little C curve a little bit. And then I also put it on my nose like I do with my bronzer. And I put it on my Cupid's bow. And then the only other place I put it is after I do all of those places. Those are the places I actually dip into the powder for. This part, it's just whatever excess is left on my brush. I just take it right over my eyebrow, like the center of my eye on my forehead, like this. Because I don't want quite as much highlight there. I want it to be more subtle, but those other places, I love glowing. Let me please like be highlighted to the skies. And then once I have my highlight on, I just go over everything with my same brush that I used for my powder at the very beginning and literally just kind of brush it all together. If you watched my latest from the Pinterest board, I also talk about this. This is literally the same thing that I do there, but no sort of like cream products anywhere. For the eyes, I love these, what are they called? Mixed signals, like duos from Morphe. So this one is the shade Partner and Player, but I love them because you get a cream eyeshadow and then like a liquid topper eyeshadow. That's what this side is here. For my shadow for this, I'm gonna go in with my cream all over my lid, and this works as like a base. Like, you can be kind of messy with it. That's the other thing that I really like about it, is you don't have to be so precise. And then I'm just going to take a brush and just kind of buff out the edges. I'm going to go over all of it just to pick up any excess that there might be on my lid. Really focusing on those edges to kind of soften them out a little bit. And then once you've done that, you're going to go back in with the liquid side and just throw that on over top of it. Just like that. So I'm going to let this dry, and then I'm going to go do my other eye, and we'll come back and finish this look. This first eye is dry. The second eye is not quite dry. This next part, this is just for me, usually I don't do this, but I want to do this today, which is why I'm going to do it. I'm just going to take a liquid liner, and I'm just going to draw like a line from one corner to the other, just like that. That's it. I'm not going to do a wing, but you can definitely see the difference from this side to this side. These lashes look a little bit thicker than these lashes. That's why I'm doing this. And then going in with mascara, I'm going to use my Milani Highly Rated Anti-Gravity Mascara today. And if you want, you can take that first, the stick shadow, and like smudge underneath, or if you have like another shadow that you want to add it down there. I'm not going to do that today though, because I really do want this just to be fairly simple. So then last two things, eyebrows and lips. I'm just going to go into my eyebrows real fast. So for my eyebrows, just what I've been using, my NYX Lift and Snatch with the Got To Be Glued gel. Honestly, with my brows, I just kind of haphazardly draw them on because I haven't decided how I like doing them. Haphazardly draw them on, and then while it's still pretty wet, I go over it with the gel, because I feel like the gel kind of helps blend it all together. Now I'm going to go do this other side, and then we will go on to lips, and then that is it. That is my super simple, fast, easy holiday makeup look. And then just to make this more festive, more holiday-like, for the lips, I'm just going to go with like a bold red lip. So I'm going to just line them. I just lined them, and now I'm going to go in with a liquid lipstick. This one is the Dose of Colors Los Angeles. If it feels like your lines are like not as crisp as you want them to be, you can take just like a tiny little pencil brush like this and just blend them out. A lot of times I will do it with my concealer on it if I'm wearing concealer, but since I'm not wearing concealer, I just used it without, and it works. It might not be quite as crisp, but it's definitely more smooth. That is it. This is my super fast, quick, easy holiday look for like, you only have like 20 minutes to get out the door, something that you can just throw on pretty quick and easy. Or if you're a glasses wearer, something that is easy to do, but you don't have to worry about your glasses rubbing off on your nose, like rubbing off the makeup on your nose because it being there and stuff like that. Like, this is just something that makes it to where you don't have to worry about that. This, if I'm wearing my glasses, this is typically how I tend to do my base every time. So I hope you have a wonderful, beautiful, and amazing day just like you are. We will talk to y'all in the next one. And if you have not subscribed yet, please don't forget to hit that follow button and join us. Bye.